Hey, good morning. It's Tami Jersey Roberts, functional nutrition counselor, and welcome to the 5-day healthy habit challenge. Today's Monday, day one, and we have a lot of things to go over in one day. But first, I just wanted to welcome everyone. And I know there's a lot of people watching the replay. A couple people on here now. So anyway, welcome, and definitely put your goals and your habits that you want to change in the Facebook group, and we can all just support each other and send love and healing vibes so that we can make the changes that we want in our life. It's when we make the small habit changes is when they turn into big changes in our life. It's the little things. You heard me talk earlier about little hinges swing big doors. And so that's really what we're talking about. We don't want any stress and we don't want to have overwhelm. Sometimes when you start a new plan or new things in your life, you try to add too much at once. And this usually just causes overwhelm and stress, and you end up just quitting. And so that's why I always recommend that you just start with one small change at a time until it becomes a routine. And it doesn't necessarily need to revolve around food. It could be other areas of your life. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully you got the guide. If you didn't get the guide, then message me in the Facebook group. So the 5-day healthy challenge. So the first thing that you want to look at is, remember that you can create, different habits in different areas of your life, but I recommend that you just do one at a time. We'll be talking about, which ones could be, like I already discussed, that maybe you want to start drinking more water. So you just start adding one more glass of water every day until that becomes routine. And it doesn't create overwhelm like that if it's just one thing. So one thing that we can do also is just take notice of the things that we might be complaining about ourselves. Like, what are we negative self-talking about? And that might be one area that you want to choose, one habit that you want to start improving, start changing. And you may come up with a whole list of habits, but again, I recommend that you just choose one to start with. And sometimes it can be the smallest one creates the most benefits. And maybe only list about 5 to start out with, and then you can just start doing them one at a time. And they may change. So physical and emotional health begins with movement. And this also influences how our genes express. And we can influence our genes to express either negatively or positively. And a lot of us have a genetic predisposition, even though the studies on this are in high debate. Some of us do have a genetic predisposition to be overweight or even obese, and we have predisposition for a lot of different things that could come up in a diagnosis, like diabetes, prediabetes, things like that. And we can influence those. And one of the best ways to influence your genes in a positive way is to add movement in your life. And so that's really what day one is about, adding some more movement in your life. And so you can go through this guide and see what's going on, but challenge day one is to commit to exercising 15 minutes a day. Now, if you're already doing more than that, that's great. And you may want to choose a different habit. But this 15 minutes a day, it could be 3 minutes 5 times a day. It could be 5 minutes 3 times a day. Just make it add up to 15 minutes. And write down your favorite 5 exercises. It could be stretching, yoga, biking, hiking. Rebounding is one of my favorite ones because it releases toxins from your lymphatic system. When you're bouncing up and down on a rebounder, that's the mini trampoline. But I did want to introduce a special guest speaker today, because when we start new things, we can get overwhelmed. And let me take this off share and bring Becky on. Becky is our special guest speaker today, and she's going to talk about breath work. She's a yoga instructor. You can just correct me if I'm wrong, but she's also some type of a biologist, right? Where you study genes and DNA and all that stuff. So everything I said, she might just correct me. That's fine, because I'm not an expert in that, but I, did learn in functional nutrition school that, movement is one of the things. And I don't recommend that you start right out with high aerobic type exercises, because that just stresses you out. But stretching and things like yoga and Pilates, some of the Pilates moves, Qigong, Tai Chi, there's a whole bunch of them that are really helpful. So Becky's going to talk today about breath work, especially when we start feeling stressed and overwhelmed, and maybe some quick ways that we can bring ourselves back to being centered and grounded. Yay, Becky, take it away.
Thank you. That was a lovely introduction. Yes, I am a yoga instructor. And yes, I am a biotechnologist. So those things, you're right on the money. That's good. It is very, very important to be able to bring yourself back to a place where you feel okay and you can make your way through pretty much anything that comes your way. Imagery that is used really often is that of a river, a moving river. And when things come into your life, it's really easy to churn up all the silt in the soil underneath, and it makes everything kind of cloudy. But if you can find your center, let your rocks settle to the bottom, then the river of life can move over you without so much of that churning, what is the word? I can see it in my head, I apologize. Anyways, so a really good way to be able to come back to that is with your breath and being mindful. So the first thing that you can do is just to recognize that you're in that kind of an agitated state where you may not be making the best decisions, or you may be feeling very overwhelmed, or like you have a million things happening and you don't know where to start. So when you recognize that moment, it's good to stop for a second. If you can find a place, just a quiet corner, take a restroom break is all you need, just a few minutes. But find a place to stop and close your eyes and recognize, okay, I have a lot going on. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And make an audible sound. Let it come in and let it out. When you realize that you're ready to get into that position, you can lay your hands on your stomach and notice when you draw the breath in, the belly comes out. Breathe it in and breathe it out. You should feel your stomach inflate like a balloon. Breathe it in and let it out. 2 more breaths this way. Let it out. One more. Let it out. And your next inhale, allow the belly to fill, and then allow the bottom of the ribs to flare. Give yourself just that little bit of extra. All the way in, and then all the way out. One more time from the belly first. Then the ribs, and everything out. Oh, ribs and then belly. Pull your navel to your spine. Push it empty. Clear out all that junk. And then pull again. Suck it in. Ribs out. Oh, exhale everything all the way out. All the way tight. Inhale again deep. Belly out. Ribs flare. Allow your chest to open and fill your insides all the way to the top. And then all the way out, ribs, belly, navel. Again, in with the belly. Ribs, chest, chest, ribs, belly out. 3 more this way deeply. Again. Last one. All the way out. And then let your breathing return to normal. You should feel more space between your shoulders, around your jaw. Take a normal breath in. Drop your chin to your chest. Exhale, drop the chin. Inhale, rotate the right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale in this space. Inhale once more. Exhale, chin back to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale into this space. Inhale once more. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale here. And exhale. Slowly bring your head to neutral, chin to normal. Nice deep breath here, let it out. When you're ready, allow your eyes to flutter open. Take a nice deep breath. And remember, you've got this. It's okay. And that's it. I hope it makes you feel better. I know it makes me feel tons better, no matter where I am. And I'm able to get my thoughts together and move on with my day.
Oh, Becky, that was amazing. Oh my gosh, thank you.
You're
I
very, very
love the side to the neck because that's where I feel my stress is, right here in the back of my neck and my shoulders.
Yep, it's really important to start with that breathing first, though, so that you open all of that space to prepare yourself for that neck motion. If you just go straight for the neck, you can hurt yourself because your body isn't ready.
Oh, that's good strategy. I bet that would even help me with insomnia and other times when you feel like you're tossing and turning and you can't go to sleep.
Absolutely. There are special breathing techniques that you can do for different kinds of emotions or ways that you're feeling. So in this one, we were talking about just trying new things, trying to relieve stress, bringing ourselves back to center. There's one we can do later, another day, if you like, for the insomnia called Nadi Shodhana. That is very cooling and calming and can help you come back to that restful place. There are also some that a lot of people feel very twisted and tension and just too busy and tight. And for those people, sometimes it helps to begin with a breathing technique that is more fire, more burning, and then move into something that's a little bit cooler, like what we've just experienced. And I don't know if you want to go through something like that right now. That's not like a 5-minute in the bathroom thing you can do. Well, I mean, I guess you could if you were in a stall, but you wouldn't want anyone to like walk in and see you.
I think what we should do is just record some, on another day, like a series of videos that we can,
Okay.
post on the YouTube and in the group and stuff like that.
Sure.
Because that was fantastic. I feel so calm right now.
I feel good. Do you get the chills that run up your neck and
gosh,
spine?
how did you know that I had chills?
Yeah, they're really great. Some of them you'll feel all the way into your fingertips.
Oh my gosh, I feel it like just permeating like down my arms, and yeah,
Absolutely.
that is totally incredible. I mean, our breath just runs the show.
It's so important. It really does, especially like when you talk about exercising and things. A lot of people come at it with the attitude of, I'm gonna exercise and I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna beat it. And the thing is healthy exercise is really just moving in ways that you want your body to be able to move, and using your breath to make the space for your muscles to expand and contract. Because, well, I mean, I guess some people are into bodybuilding and that kind of a thing, which is more aggressive. But for me, for like life, I guess it's more about being able to be strong, be healthy, and be able to move in ways that are ways that I would move when I live. So like if I want to garden, or if I want to clean the kitchen, or if I want to whatever, I need to be able to move into those certain positions with strength and confidence and balance.
Oh my gosh, that's so important, because I do remember when years ago when I first tried going to the gym, I was holding my breath, or I was breathing really shallow. And of course, exercise just makes you sore and hurt like that because you're not getting the oxygen that you need.
Yeah. You'd be
So,
surprised how strong that breath is, because when you do breathe and you exercise, the smallest movements, like it doesn't feel like you're doing anything at all, but you'll wake up the next day like, oh my gosh, why am I sore? Like I didn't do anything, but you really did.
oh my gosh, Becky, you're amazing. Thank you so much for coming on here. I really, really appreciate it. I know it was short notice, but
Well, thank you for having me. I'm glad it worked out. It's
yeah, I
weird that
mean,
things just work.
you're definitely a wealth of knowledge for sure. So definitely. Now, are you teaching any private yoga right now or doing any classes?
I am not right now.
Okay, well, you might have some people that maybe want to learn more from you. So,
I would definitely be open to that. We would have to work it out.
okay, well, that sounds great.
Cool.
Okay, so I guess I'll just tune out for day one. Definitely let everyone in the group know maybe which type of movement or exercise that you're going to try to get 15 minutes a day of for this week and beyond. There's 60 days left in the year. Today is 305. So yeah, 60 days left. So yeah, we can do this. I'm ready to like take a nap now.
Are you?
Calming down so much. But anyway, it's actually a gentle, calm energy where I love to be coming from all the time. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Becky. I really appreciate it. Love you, girl. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It was fabulous.
No worries. All right,
Okay.
I'm going to shut off the recording.